Welcome to Grade 12 Advanced Mathematics. In this video, we will learn how to find the area between two curves. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the point of intersections, determine the upper and lower curves, and use integration to calculate the enclosed areas. Also, you will be able to solve examination style questions confidently.
Welcome to HSM Spot Math. Let's spark our math skills together.
So let's begin how to find the area of the region bounded by the given functions. First step, let's equate the given functions. X square minus 1 is equal to 7 minus x square. You can enter directly into the calculator exactly like this. But be aware, you will get only one value of x. You should be smart enough to analyze what is the second value. If you are confused, it is better always to bring your x in one direction. So we get x square plus x square, that is 2x square. And don't forget to transpose negative 1 to the other side. So it gets 7 plus 1, which is 8. So x square becomes 4. 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So you get two values of x. One is negative 2 and the other one is positive 2. So you got your upper interval and the lower interval. The smaller number is the lower interval and the bigger number is the upper interval. So you get integral negative 2 to positive 2. No need to worry about which is the maximum function and which is the minimum function. Actually 7 minus x square is your maximum, x square minus 1 is your minimum. But doesn't matter as you are using calculator. You can subtract, but be aware area can never be negative. So consider the positive value. Here I go with 7 minus x square. Don't forget to use the right brackets. Minus x square minus 1. Bracket is mandatory. And you get the answer as 64 over 3. Suppose if you enter x square minus 1 minus 7 minus x square, you would have got negative 64 by 3. We will consider the positive value. So the right answer is option D. Here is a quick demo on how to enter in the calculator. Click on the integral button. Lower limit, let's enter negative 2. And the upper limit, let's enter positive 2. Open the bracket. 7 minus x. How will you get x? Alpha and this button. Square. Don't forget to close the first bracket. Minus. Open again. Alpha x. Square minus 1. Close the bracket. Don't forget to close the main bracket. And your answer is here, 64 over 3. Please try out question number 2 with the same strategy and please check your answer. If you have any doubt, don't forget to comment below. Let's try out with question number 3. First, as usual, let's equate x cube, which is equal to 3x plus 2. As I suggested, it is better to transpose everything to one direction. So you get x power 3 minus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. You can use the mode function so that you will be receiving your x values as -1 and +2. When you find the integral value from -1 to +2, as I said, if you need, you can even subtract x cube minus 3x plus 2 or the reverse. Only thing, if you do minimum function minus maximum function, you will be getting the negative value. If you do maximum minus minimum, you will directly get the positive value. So it is 3x plus 2 minus x cube. And when you enter in the calculator, you will be getting 27/4. And the option is A. Please try it out this question. When you equate the expressions root x and x square, you will get the value x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. When you enter in the calculator for finding the integral 0 to 1, root x minus x square dx, you will get your value as 1/3. That is option C. Now let's continue with our EOT number 15. How to compute the area of a region using definite integration with y as a variable x. Let's kickstart with the first question. If the region given and you are asked to find the area, there are many strategies. I choose the best and the fastest one. Let's substitute our given value y equal to 0 in both the expressions. And let me know what you get for your x. That's great. X is equal to 0 from the first expression, and from the second expression you will be identifying x as 2. Let's list those 2 points. First point is 0, 0 and the second point is 2, 0. Now let's look at the expression. You notice you have y equal to x. Let's substitute it in the second expression. So you get x is equal to 2 minus x. Can you find what is the value of x? Exactly. You get your x as 1. Now let's substitute in the above 2 expressions and you will be identifying your y is same, that is also 1. So you identified your third point as 1, 1. If you notice, when you try to plot it in a graph, 0, 0 is nothing but the origin. 1, 1 will be somewhere here as 1, 1. And 2, 0 is again on the x-axis. Let's connect all these 3 points. Can you notice the shape of the enclosed region? Yes, it's a triangle. So what is the formula of the area of a triangle? In your small classes you have learned. Very good. It is half base into height. you can identify the distance of the base and also the height from the given coordinate. So already you have half. And what is the base measurement? Yes, it is 2. Because from 0 to 2, what is the gap? It is 2. Got it? And what about the height? 1, 1. So it is 1. When you simplify, you will identify the area as 1. So it is nothing but option D. Please do practice a lot of questions to master the concept. Now let's try out with the question number 2. We have 2 expressions and 2 values. First, you can try out with the values y equal to 2 in both the expressions. And what did you get for your x values? Exactly 2 and 4. So our points are 2, 2 and 4, 2. Now let's substitute y equal to 0 in both the expression. And what did you get for your x values? Very good. 0, 0 and 6, 0. Now let's try plotting the points. 0, 0 is of course the origin, and 2, 2, if you notice, suppose if this is 2 value and this is 2, it will be over here 2, 2. And your 4, 2, suppose if this is 4, 2 is of the straight line, you get 4, 2. And 6, 0 will be again on the x-axis. So how many points? 4 points. Let's connect all those 4 points. So from 0 to 2, 2, then 2, 2 to 4, 2, a straight line, and then over here. So it is an enclosed figure and the figure looks like a trapezium. So what is the formula to find area of a trapezium? It's like a car shape. It's nothing but half A plus B. What is A and B? The distance horizontally. You can take A as the x-axis distance and B is the top part multiplied by the height. So half, let me go ahead with half. And what is the distance over here? Starting value is 0, ending value is 6. So it is 6 plus, here the starting value is 2 and the ending value is 4. So what is the gap? 4 minus 2, it is 2. And what about the height? Height is also 2. So let me simplify, and your final answer is nothing but 8, which is option B. Let's continue with the third question. We have 2 expressions and given x value as 1. How to find the area? First, let's substitute our x equal to 1 in these 2 expressions. What do you get as the coordinates? Exactly 1, 1 and 1, -1. But don't forget to replace your x equal to y in one of these expressions. So you get y is equal to -y. When you simplify, you transpose and you will be receiving as 2y is equal to 0, which implies y equal to 0. And try to replace your first two expressions with y is 0. You will be getting your new coordinate as 0, 0. As I mentioned before, you can plot these 3 points. 0, 0 is nothing but the origin. 1, 1 is above the x-axis. And 1, -1 is on the straight line but below the x-axis. Let's join all these 3 points. So we get a tilted triangle, but still triangle is a triangle, right? So let's find area of a triangle. What's the formula? Exactly, half base into height. Please look at the distance of base and height. We have already half. Look at the base. You have 1 and below there is a gap of 1. So total 2. Or you can try subtracting the y coordinate. So 1 minus of -1, which is nothing but 2. So in any ways you can identify the base either with understanding of the distance concept, that is 1 plus 1, or by subtracting the y coordinate. So you get your base as 2. Height is of course 1 because the gap is from 0 to 1. You will get your height as 1. So when you simplify, you'll get your measurement as 1. And that is option C. Let's continue with the following questions. Actually, these questions are ditto same as EOT 14. We will equate the expressions. We will identify R, Y values as 1 and 2 using mode 5 concept in your calculator. Then you can find the integral of these two functions. Don't forget to subtract. Suppose if you're getting negative function, don't forget to take out as positive. In case if you get positive, yes, that is the answer. So you will be getting option A, 1/6. Please try it out. Same goes with question number 5, but make sure there is a constraint x greater than or equal to 0. So when you try equating this expression 2x with 3 minus x square, and when you simplify using modify concept by transposing negative x square and 3 to the other side, you will get your x values as -3 and 1. But -3 is not acceptable. Why? A constraint x greater than or equal to 0 is given. So we will restrict our limit as 0 to 1. When you subtract the expression 3 minus x square minus 2x dx, I'll get your answer as, very good, 5/3. And it is option C. Same idea we follow in question number 6 as well. When you equate y square is equal to 4, you get two values for y, that is plus or minus 2. Integral -2 to 2, 4 minus y square. Even though you handle y square with dy, in your calculator you will be entering it as x. Suppose if you are entering y square minus 4, doesn't matter. Only thing you'll get as negative value area cannot be negative, so we will fix as our positive value. So don't worry about your maximum or minimum function at this point as you are handling the multiple choice questions. So it is option C. That's all for this video. Please do practice. Practice makes you perfect. Thank you and bye-bye.